My name is Kunal. I'm born in Hong Kong, but I'm Indian.
I'm Conlaila Ramirez. I was born in Philippines. I was there since till I was 7, and then I came here when I was 7, and I've been living here since.
Chantasa Delia Pons Hawaii, but I go by Delia. I grew up in Hong Kong, but I'm half Thai and half German.
Hi, my name is Sophia. Hi, name is Sophia. I'm originating from Pakistan. I originate from Pakistan, but I was born and raised here in Hong Kong. And my mother and father, they were also Pakistani, of course, and they were born in Pakistan.
Jolene, and I'm from South Africa. I was born and raised there technically. My father's from Hong Kong and my mother's from China.
Victor. Personally from Pakistan. I was born there, and then when I was about 7, 8 years old, we moved to Hong Kong.
It's a tough question. Yeah, it's more of a mixture of.
You think it's a
three.
fusion of cultures?
Yeah, more of that.
Well, to be very honest, I am not patriotic about Pakistan at all. So I would, of course, identify myself as a Hong Konger, and I would fight for Hong Kong if I have to. And I care more about the Hong Kong societal issues. So I think Hong Kong.
That's actually a difficult question. I don't. Well, it's like a fusion of cultures, and at specific circumstances, specific situations, I would adopt a particular
I
ethnicity.
think for me, it's a fusion. I would say I'm a mixture of Hong Kong culture, Pakistani culture, and Western culture. Because growing up, I grew up with Western friends.
That's really tough because if I say Chinese, right, I don't feel like I'm really Chinese. I don't really merge into culture.
Right.
And I can't say I'm fully South African because I wasn't really fully merged into South African culture either. But I could say I'm a mixture of both. Like I have a little bit of this and I have a little bit of that, but it's really difficult to fully identify myself as one. That's why I use the term South African born Chinese, so that I'm a mix of both.
Well, that's interesting. I think if I focus on home, I would think myself as more of an Indian, obviously with home food, home culture, and the way I've been brought up. But if I go out, I do my best to sort of try to merge with the community because I am living in Hong Kong and I'm a Hong Kong citizen. So I do my best to try and I won't call it fit in, but rather than at least understand my surroundings and live in a society where I am. So instead of fighting against it, I try to accept it. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's overall it's a mixture of both. Yeah.
In a way, I guess for my personal growth, it made me more accepting towards other cultures because I come from 3 different backgrounds technically, so it made me more understanding of different cultures as opposed to just focusing on one and then identifying myself with that and then having friends of that culture. I have friends of different nationalities and different cultures.
Say that because Hong Kong is Hong Kong is like the mixture of East and West, and there are a lot of different cultures here. Like you can see people from around the world, and I feel like the exposure to different cultures has really helped me become an open-minded person.
I think a fusion of culture. I think for me, it's difficult to say South African and Chinese together because there's not many I've met that are both South African and Chinese, especially since coming to Hong Kong. I haven't found one. But I can say that just knowing so many cultures can really help you be more open-minded to more people, to more concepts, to more culture, and you don't have to it makes you willing to accept other people in other more ways, while some people are still closed-minded, and especially in Hong Kong. So I guess it just helps you to be more creative also in a sense, because you're exposed to these different kinds of elements.
It's a science that when you speak a certain language, you have a different personality. And when I speak Thai, I'm the nicest person ever. Focus on family rather than just me, vocabulary wise, and then English is the medium for learning and teaching, so that would be like my scholarly side, my very logical side as well. But sometimes I do feel a need to suddenly speak Chinese. So Chinese, English are the main ones, and then different circumstances like Thai and German.
Growing up in like a very diverse environment, so it really makes me more accepting towards other cultures, and at the same time it also makes me interested in other cultures. Yeah.
Different cultures and different kinds of societies within my build up. I think I get to understand different societies and different cultures better. I understand different people better, and I think I'm more open to accepting different things.
Actually, both ways. I swing both ways. I would say I feel less restricted when it comes to making decisions, because well, decision is based on like agency and structure, and having so many identities, I feel like the structure part doesn't hinder me as much, because there's no like societal norms or expectations for me, because like no one in Thailand would like expect me to act like a Thai girl, like, oh, don't dress too, like, show too much skin or something like that, because I'm like, oh, a half kid. And similarly in Hong Kong, like, no one would expect me to do certain things because I'm not Chinese.
I don't really know.
I actually don't.
Or do you think of it as a sense of freedom? Like,
Sense of freedom, yeah. I don't feel like I'm Chinese. I don't feel like. I mean, I'm originated from Pakistan, but I don't do anything Pakistani related. I mean, it's just that I look like a Pakistani. Otherwise, I don't think I am. But yeah, I feel like this sense of freedom has really let me be more embracing to different cultures.
That's a good question. I think there will always be times where I do feel rootlessness, because being Indian, I would want to spend more time in India compared to what I am spending right now, because the last time I went to India was about 7 years ago. So I really would want to go back to India more often. So that's the part where I feel missing my immersion into my culture physically. So basically, going back to India. But I would say it does bring a lot of freedom to third culture kids, even myself, because, like I said, you're more open to different things, and you tend to keep your eyes more open and more aware of what's happening around you, and you're less likely to judge people, because there are different kinds of people, different kind of characters, different kinds of people with different stories, family background, or the way they've been brought up. So if you're close into one society or into one culture, it's more likely that you might not be able to understand differences. So rootlessness is rather unavoidable, but it is a sense of freedom which we third culture kids get.
I think initially I felt like I did not know who I was, like rootlessness. But I mean, gradually, like when you start knowing more people, you start realizing, you're not really alone, and it's like everyone faces their own kind of situation, and you can always define your own identity. So I guess like it does help me to appreciate other cultures, as you say. It's one of the products of going through this process. But yeah.
I'm free to accept any culture, but then in sense of rootlessness, I don't really feel that.
I guess yes, because if you look at all my friends, they're kind of third culture kids as
I think
well.
I would just identify better with anybody who speaks English really fluently, because like I think that's the language in which I can show my inner thoughts and my personality much more than in other languages like Thai. So third culture kids who speak English, but then also a lot of other languages, I'd get on with them, because first we have the same language, but then they have a lot of ethnicity as well, so they're not like constrained or conservative. So they're more open and liberal, so I would connect with them.
Yeah, I do, because a lot of 90% of my friends actually they're third culture
I
kids.
think so, because like we share the same identity. We can understand each other on a deeper level.
I think if you take a general idea of me accepting third culture kids or me behaving like third culture kids, then I think I would say yes.
I don't know.
Okay, home for me is portable. Home for me is family. So it's not rooted in like a geographical place, but more in this energy and like spirit of the people I surround myself with.
I think like at the moment my home would be Hong Kong, I would say.
Where is home? Hong Kong is home. I think living in Hong Kong for so long, it's hard to avoid saying that Hong Kong is home. I would love to say India was my home too, or India was my home, but then that would be the biggest problem. Then where do I go after, you know, a bunch of years, or after I graduate, after I settle down? But I think for now it's definitely Hong Kong.
Oh, this is tough.
Home to me. Home, Shakyuan.